Thank you so much for definitely putting me on there. And I guess the rest of us. I'll definitely pass the question on to the next person, but it was great to, I guess, officially meet you.
Pleasure, my friend.
My name is Marisha. I'm a PCS resident as well. So nice to meet you, Gary. I'm currently reading your book, 12 and a half. I'm not super fast into it, but the first chapter really shocked me. The chapter about gratitude, honestly, the stats were really humbling and low-key depressing, but really good for my perspective. I want to go to a quote. You said, when you develop perspective, the timelines you set for your goals naturally shift. And I'm currently in a kind of career transition. I'm 30, so I'm coming from customer service and doing things that are very different from what I'm doing here at Vayner. And I've been struggling to kind of get into that mind frame that I am kind of starting at the beginning, and I don't need to know everything immediately. And that's really hard for me because I know this isn't like anybody else, but I really like to do things that I'm good at, and to kind of get better at things is really a hard pill to swallow. So I was wondering if you could speak to kind of the grace that we can show ourselves as we enter into new phases in our lives and try new things.
So I love you for this question. I think first of all, your wordsmithing of everything that you just asked was extremely strong, and I really, really, really took note of that. So you should know that you're incredibly articulate.
Thank you.
Look, grace to oneself is probably the thing I think about the most subconsciously. I talk so much about not beating up yourself. Like, this just becomes, the relationship you have with yourself is literally the whole game. And so my question is actually the reverse. What's the alternative, and why would you not show yourself grace? So it's really funny. You know, when you just gave your context, I'm like, makes sense, right? You're hanging out with all these 23-year-olds, even though you look 18, by the way. You really shook me with your 30. I was like, is she in high school? So look, I view this as very practical. I don't understand why you would beat yourself up. I'm not sure why one wouldn't want to give themselves grace. The rest of the world is shitting on you at all times. Why not be kind to yourself? Don't join in, right? And really, I think what works for me, and I think this is going to be the biggest question you need to ask yourself, is how much do you value outside validation, and from whom? You know, I think it's really easy to give yourself grace once you don't give a fuck what people think about you, including your parents and siblings and plus ones. It gets really easy. It gets real easy. So I think one's relationship with themselves, I think, is directly correlated to their relationship with other people's opinions. I admire my mother more than life. I think she's the single best human being on earth, and I give her an unbelievable amount of credit for everything that I am. I do not live my life based on her opinions or for her validation. And I think this is what you need to be thinking about. I'll give you a good one, team. When I tell you, if you're like selected to get a full-time offer versus not, I'm going to say this very crystal clear to you. It is pure serendipity of a couple people's opinions. It is not a reflection that you're good or bad. If the God of good and bad came down after this process is done, I am sure that she would say to us, you were right about this person, but you were wrong about, like, it's just, that's how life works. You know what I mean? It's just serendipity. Yeah. It's just serendipity. I think too many people have been trained by school and life to think there's a right way to do shit. There is no right way.